Rachel, what are power of attorneys?
Powers of attorney, very important documents. And so as estate planners, we're looking at the whole package when you pass away or you lose capacity. So quite often clients get really confused about an executor role and my attorney role.
Yeah.
So your will come into effect after you pass away. Your executor is that person that you've entrusted to administer your estate in accordance with your will. Powers of attorney are documents which basically allow somebody to step into your shoes and be you if you're still alive, however incapacitated. So they're very powerful documents and very important. In Victoria, we've got 3 different types. We've got a financial power of attorney, so who could go to the bank, take money out, pay your bills, talk to Telstra about your mobile phone account, all those sorts of things. There's a personal power of attorney, and clients get really confused between personal and medical. So personal is lifestyle choices. I always find this puts the fear of God in all of my clients when you say that a personal attorney is basically the person that's going to pick your nursing home.
Yeah.
And I remember as a kid, my dad bought this sticker on the fridge and it says, "Be good to your kids because they're going to pick your nursing home." So it's an important power of attorney. And then there's the medical treatment decision maker. So that's all about who says yes or no to a doctor if you're incapacitated and you can't communicate yourself. So, if you've been in an awful car accident and you're unconscious and there's, pressure on your brain, who gives the authority to have that surgery?
Yeah.
If you're on life support, whose call is it to turn it off? So a lot of the time we get a lot of, emergency calls where we've got people that are sick in hospital. They're passing away. So we need to sort out a will quickly, obviously, if they've got capacity, or if we've got some clients that have been unwell and they're really starting to think about, well, who's going to make those decisions when and if my time comes.
Yeah.
So again, very important documents, very, very powerful documents. And they should really be retained in a safe, fireproof, waterproof facility. So the firm that I work for, we have that free of charge for our clients. And most institutions like banks or hospitals or nursing homes will only accept the original or a certified copy thereof. So they're very important documents to have.
Wow.
Yeah.
Any triggering points on when you should get power of attorney?
I think if you're doing your will, you should do it as a whole package and just get it done. We should be thinking about in terms of our parents. They're not getting any younger. We're not getting any younger. So, if something were to happen to them, who's going to make medical decisions? And so for financial and personal, it's not abnormal to have, mum appointing dad appointing mum. But then we always say, well, okay, unfortunately, if you were both involved in the same car accident, God forbid, then who's going to step in as your backups?
Yeah.
And you can have multiple people acting in those roles. So if you've got 2 kids, you might want them to act together, which is jointly, or you can say one or the other or together. I don't really mind. So that's called jointly and severally. Or you can have, if you've got 3 kids, you can say by majority. So at least 2 out of the 3 can act. As an example, one of your kids might be overseas for work or on a holiday. So the 2 that are on the ground can still, pick up and take care of things. For medical treatment, though, it is only one person at a time. So, again, it's not abnormal to have mum appointing dad, and then we might have kids in age order, kids logistically that are closer, or if there has been a highly stressful health emergency in the family before, who's been that child that's really shown the really level head in the crisis. So it's important that you're really thinking about who you're picking, and you're given the options, about the joint and several, the majority, and those 3 roles are explained to you that are available in Victoria.
Excellent. And how often should I be recommending my clients to get these reviewed?
All the time.
All the time.
Yeah. If they've already got powers of attorney in place, and they just want to have them looked at and see, has the law changed significantly since I got these documents done in, 2005? Well, yes, it has.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean that your documents have been revoked. It just means that there's more options available to you now. So having the conversation about, the legislative changes, absolutely. Or your kids might be older now. So when you had your powers of attorney first drafted, you might have appointed your siblings or your friends or your parents. But
Yeah.
now that your children are older, they might be adults. It's a good time to, get them involved and appoint them in those roles. Or, if your nominated attorneys have passed away or they've lost capacity themselves or they're friends and you no longer have any contact with them.
Mm.
So very important that, you get the documents out and you have a look at them every now and again, but as those significant things happen in your life.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Excellent. Thanks again, Rachel.
No worries.
Cheers.
Pleasure.